Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're, diving deep into AI, specifically how it's changing the way businesses operate. We asked you to send in reports and you delivered. This one is really insightful. And it seems like you're trying to cut through all the AI hype to figure out a real strategy, right? Well, you've come to the right place. Our AI experts here to help us separate the wheat from the chaff.
Mm.
So what's the big takeaway? What's this report really about?
It cuts right to the chase. This report gets straight to the practical ways businesses can use AI. No robot overlords, just using AI to help businesses become much more efficient, especially the ones with tons of data.
Working smarter, not harder, right?
Right.
Love it. And it reminded me of how that report talked about the history of efficiency at work. Kind of fascinating, which we zoomed through, 100 years of management thinking, Taylorism, then lean, and
Yeah.
now it's all about AI.
Yeah, and the report's really clear about this not just being a fun thing to try anymore. This is about keeping up. If you're a business in today's world, it's not enough to just be good at what you do. You have to be an absolute machine operationally just to compete, and AI is how you get there.
Yeah, the report doesn't mess around. It's adapt or die time for businesses. But it's not all scary, right? The report also talks about some major benefits. Like, imagine AI that can look at all your equipment data and then say, hey, this thing's going to break next Tuesday. No downtime, no scrambling. How amazing would that be?
Totally. And it's not just about avoiding problems. The report talks about AI that can actually customize stuff for customers at a level that, like, a million humans working together couldn't even imagine.
Wow, AI tailoring the experience for each customer? That's wild. But it's not just about the customer, is it?
Nope, not at all. It talks about AI totally changing things for employees too, like personalized training programs, even career advice, all powered by AI.
I love that, having an AI career counselor. Sign me up.
Yeah.
But let's be real. The report doesn't pretend everything's perfect, does it? It talks about the challenges. Like, one thing I remember is how many companies just aren't set up for this tech-wise.
Oh, absolutely. That's where so many businesses get tripped up. They're excited about AI, but their tech is, well, stuck in the past. It's like trying to win a race in a horse and buggy when everyone else has spaceships.
And that's why that preliminary assessment they talk about is so important. You need to know where you are before you start, right? Know what you're working with so you can plan the best way forward. Yeah, that's a really important point to keep in mind as we get into the roadmap part of the report. Because wanting AI and actually making it work, those are two different things, right?
For sure. This is where the report really shines. It's got this like step-by-step guide that any business can follow. It's like AI integration for dummies, but in a good way.
So no more AI theory. Let's get practical. What's the first step? Where do we begin?
It all starts with that assessment we were talking about. Seriously. The report is all about knowing where you stand before you jump into AI.
Right, like taking inventory, right.
Yeah.
Figuring out what you need, where you're strong, where you're weak, and what you want AI to do for you.
Exactly. Getting super clear on your goals. Do you want to supercharge your marketing? Make your supply chain smoother. Maybe AI-powered customer service is the dream. You figure that out first.
Got it. Goals first. Then what?
Okay, so you know what you're aiming for, right? The report helps you find the right AI tools for the job. And honestly, there are a ton of options out there.
Like walking into a store
Yeah.
and there's just like aisles and aisles of AI gadgets and gizmos.
Totally. But the report's like your shopping buddy, helping you pick the AI solutions that actually match what you need. Because
Got it.
one size definitely does not fit all in the AI world.
Finding the right tool is huge, but it's not everything, is it? The report also talks a lot about having the right people involved too, doesn't it?
100%. You can have the fanciest AI in the world, but if you don't have people who know how to use it, it's useless. Like having a rocket ship but nobody on board knows how to fly.
It even talks about how some companies just don't have the people with the right skills yet,
Right.
and how to, fix that.
Yeah, and it's not just about hiring a bunch of data scientists. It's about training your current team, helping
Yeah.
them work with AI, getting everyone comfortable with this new way of doing things.
So it's about making sure everyone's on board the AI train, not feeling like they're about to get run over by it.
Right. And remember that infrastructure thing we talked about earlier? The report spends a lot of time on why you need the right tech setup for all this.
Because trying to run super advanced AI on a computer from like 1995 probably won't go so well.
Exactly. You need that strong foundation, a digital setup that can handle whatever you throw at it. AI needs a good base to build on.
So we've got our goals, our tools, we're training our team, and making sure our tech can keep up. What's next on this roadmap? What happens as we get closer to actually using AI?
This is where it gets really interesting. The report talks about the human side of AI, like how to manage all the changes it brings. Because change is hard, even when it's AI-powered change.
Yeah, people don't always love change,
Yeah,
especially if they don't get why it's happening.
exactly. And the report is all about clear communication. Get everyone on the same page from the beginning, talk about their concerns, and show them how AI can actually make things better.
So basically, be open and honest with your team every step of the way.
And don't be afraid to involve them in the process. Let them ask questions, try out little AI projects, give their feedback. The report's big on this. The smoother the change, the better the results.
Make them feel like they're part of building the AI future, not just along for the ride.
Okay, now on a more, I guess, practical level, the report talks about setting up AI governance, basically rules to make sure you're using AI ethically and responsibly.
So like making sure your AI is a force for good, that matches your company values and all that.
Exactly. Thinking about data privacy, making sure your AI isn't biased, setting up rules for how you develop and use it. It's all in there.
This roadmap is really detailed. It's like from your first AI thought to actually using it every day, it covers it all.
It really does. But we're not quite done yet, because the report doesn't just leave you hanging once you've got AI up and running. It tells you how to make it last, how to get that long-term value out of it.
Ooh, okay. We're about to enter the final stage of our AI adventure. When we come back, we'll find out how to make AI a success story, not just for today, but for the long haul. Stick around.
And we're back, ready for the final chapter of our AI deep dive. We've talked about what AI is, how to get started with it, but now comes the really important part. How do you actually make AI work for you? Not just for a week or a month, but for years to come.
And that's where this report goes from like helpful advice to pure gold. It reminds us that AI isn't something you just install and then forget about. It's going to be an ongoing thing, constantly checking in, making adjustments, keeping it running smoothly, like a well-oiled machine. Or maybe more like tending a garden, making sure it gets what it needs to grow.
I like that. And the report really emphasizes this idea of setting up ways to measure how well your AI is doing right from the start. You need to be able to tell if it's actually delivering what you hoped for.
No more guessing games, right?
Yeah.
You need hard data to know if it's actually working.
100%. Is it making things more efficient, boosting sales? Whatever you wanted AI to do, make sure you're tracking the right numbers to see if it's happening.
Data-driven decisions, gotta love them.
Absolutely. But data isn't everything. The report also talks about how important feedback is. And not just, any feedback. You need to be actively asking your team, your customers, how is this AI thing working out for you?
Makes sense. They're the ones actually using it, dealing with it every day.
Exactly. They'll tell you if it's making their lives easier or just adding more work, if it's a smooth experience or a total headache.
They're like having an army of AI testers giving you constant feedback.
And the report is really clear that this isn't a one-time thing. You got to create a culture of, always improving. AI isn't about finding the perfect solution right away. It's about constantly tweaking, adjusting, learning as you go.
So you can keep up with the times, right? Because the business world moves fast.
Exactly. And that leads into the final point. The report makes thinking bigger. Don't just use AI to fix little problems here and there. Think about how it can change your entire business.
It's not just automating tasks, but making AI part of your company's DNA.
Exactly. Once you've got those smaller AI projects working well, the report's like, okay, now scale it up. Take what you've learned and apply it everywhere.
Taking AI from a side project to the main event.
And this is so important, don't get so carried away with the AI hype that you forget about the humans involved.
Back to that human-led, AI-enhanced idea, right?
Yes, AI should be there to help people do their best work, not push them out the door. It's about making humans better, not making them obsolete.
Now, that's a message I can get behind. This isn't about humans fighting AI. It's about humans and AI teaming up to, build something amazing. Well, that about wraps up our AI deep dive for today. We covered a lot of ground.
We did, and this report gave us so much to think about. It's not just about understanding AI itself, it's about understanding how to use it to completely change how we work, how we do business.
It's like a roadmap, a guidebook for anyone who wants to actually use AI to make their business and maybe even the world a better place. So until next time, keep those AI questions coming, keep exploring, and thanks for diving deep with us.